the day of Jupiter, planet of positivity and expansion. Today's energy is about allowing us to be productive, guiding us and helping us in taking care of matters that may be lingering. A day of positive productivity. Productive positivity. No matter how you arrange it, it has a lightness to it that helps us to get things done. Hello, beloveds, and welcome back to Soul Sisters of the Violet Flame. We're going to get in a quick prayer, and then we're going to go into some messages with the Angel Tarot about what we as the collective can be doing at this time to promote both positivity and productivity. But first, a quick prayer. Dear source of all that is, was, and will ever be, I thank you today and each and every day for all that you do and all that you do through me. I call upon you at this time to guide me in summoning the ascended masters, prophets, prophetesses of the highest white light, as well as the angels of the highest white light, for protection, guidance, and clear, concise communication at this time. Please surround us in your light of protection throughout our day. Be at our side and guide our words and actions to come from a place of love. Please clear our energy and vibration completely of negative thoughts and beliefs, releasing fears and self-limiting beliefs. Help us to fully and completely experience love, light, and joy that is present in every moment, and guide our path for our highest and greatest good. So it is, so it is, so it is. All right, before we get started, I'm feeling guided to light some Palo Santo for even more clarity in our communication, as well as clearing out any of the negative voltage to make space for a little more of that grace. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, we're going to go into the major arcana first for a signifier. And then we will go into the rest of the deck. Oops. Or further messages. Dropped my lighter. I don't know why I sat it in my lap instead of just putting it back on the table, but anyways. Distraction, distraction, distraction. Actually, we're going to pull two signifiers. One for positivity, the other for productivity. So, primary energy of what we can be doing to promote positivity first. And then we will go a little bit deeper in the conversation with the cards to follow. I may or may not reach for another deck. I'm feeling tempted. It just popped in my brain. But as of now, Angel Tarot it is. Awakening. An Archangel Jabril. This is the Hanged Man in Radiant Rider-Waite, Traditional Tarot. I'm getting being open-minded enough and optimistic enough to bend a listening ear, offer just an inkling of reverence to someone else's point of view, honoring it even if it doesn't adhere. Taking time to accept guidance from others. Their wings to me resemble a fern. So I'm going to look up the fern totem in just a moment. What we can be doing to promote positivity. There's always more. I'm hearing be authentic or be quiet. And while you're being quiet, practice the art and service of listening. Higher learning and enlightenment. I don't understand. I've never had this download before, but I'm getting that the collective is going to be receiving some form of prophetic message by way of practicing the art and service of listening. It's as though some of the collective is or has become some kind of martyr, or feeling as though you must be a martyr to a certain stance. Being guided to bring more positivity by figuring out a balance of both, using your voice and practicing the art of listening. I just heard the hand of glory. Hmm. I'm also hearing keep your left hand in your pocket. There has to be some kind of spiritual significance to that, you guys. Hold on. Let me look this up. Oh, in some cultures, the left hand was seen as impure or unlucky, which led to left-handed individuals being forced to use the right hand. Yo, I remember in early elementary school, I was a lefty. I actually used both of my hands. I used both of my hands for multiple different things, including drawing, writing, painting. You know, I can create with both hands. And I can remember, and I cried over this. I cried like I was just like it felt like abuse. I was being forced to use my right hand, and it was painful to a degree. Like I had to learn how to write all over again. When I was ahead of my time in my class. The only thing that threw people off was my speech impediment due to hearing impairment. This practice, known as forced right-handedness, aimed to correct left-handedness and was common in many societies throughout history. So we're being guided to like break cultural stigmas, but in a positive way. Like approach this mission with positivity. And I'm feeling guided to just leave it alone from there because I'm not trying to go back down that rabbit hole of PTSD here. And that was a very traumatizing time for me. To be painfully forced to use my non-dominant hand to pacify society. No bueno. Second card out, and this is for what we can be doing to promote productivity. This is the second time the Empress has come out today. Just being a nurturer on your feet, so to speak, is what I'm getting right away. Like taking action to promote that nurturing side of yourselves. Whether it's like I'm hearing dance to the beat of your own drum, whether you are drawing a picture or walking your pet, your dog, or cruising the countryside, or folding your laundry. Like, I don't want to say think happy thoughts in everything that you do, but to a degree, not just our spoken word, but everything that we do casts a spell and it manifests into something else. Like, even when you're sweeping the floor, like, mindset is important. What we think, what we say, and what we do manifests something. So being a nurturer in all things that we do and nurturing all things that we do. There's something about having a more uplifting mindset that also is like a natural Red Bull, like it's natural energy to me. I mean, that's from my experiences anyway. Of course, I can't just be the type to be like, oh, just think happy thoughts all the time and you'll never have challenges and you'll never struggle. And because, no, I'm not the one to just pacify and tell people what they want to hear. That's why my videos are not always butterflies and lollipops and rainbows. Yes. Together, this is a powerful message of trusting the process, being patient, but also taking action in a nurturing way. It's the Empress that's actually the natural energy. It's that energy that we can activate and ignite within ourselves. That whole vibe of I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. Just like when you know your crown is lit, you feel more alive and like natural flow of energy. So, movement, beloveds, but steady movement with that patience. Steady movement. Pacing ourselves, going with the flow, but also consciously contributing positivity to the flow by being a nurturer, tapping into that nurturing bone, being fertile. Fostering growth all around for all of us, for everyone. Manifesting and cultivating a harmonious environment for all. That overhead light. We have an overcast today, so I have my sunlight on in here. And it's creating a bit of a glare. You can't really see the creature teachers here. But I would like to look a little deeper and decide on an animal totem for this message of what can we do to promote productivity. Because the Empress, remember, the awakening is promoting positivity. The Empress is promoting productivity. Today is a good day. I'm getting to with Thursday being that day where we're guided to like take care of matters that have been lingering. I'm not getting like the mundane responsibilities at all. I'm getting nurture that idea or project or hobby or interest that you have been putting off or allowing to linger. And nurture that. Put some energy into that. And the way you can expand on that with the collective is to share about your experiences in the process. Share about your passions in terms of interests, more artistic, creative endeavors that are dissociated, so to speak, from matrix, phantom matrix thinking, false matrix. It's like grabbing a sketch pad and some pencils and or some charcoals and grabbing a lawn chair and going out and sitting under a tree in the shade and connecting with nature while also exploring your creativity at the same time. Something along that line. But, of course, befitting to you and your interests. Surrendering to your creativity. I'm not even really feeling any need to go into the rest of the deck for clarification. The way these energies are marrying, I can see the double helix. When you believe, you see. There's one there, and there's one there. Double, double, double for your trouble, trouble, trouble. Double for your trouble. I'm feeling guided to look into the bear totem right here. I'm actually going to lift the card up so that you can see. And the reason why I'm going for the bear is because if you notice, their back is turned. Like they're saying, don't pick me, don't pick me, please don't pick me. And I'm like, I'm picking you. I'm picking you. It's your turn to shine. So let's look into the bear totem and the fern totem to wrap up this message. long been a symbol of power. So hold on. I'm going to do you a better one here. We are going to... There we go. Put this little bear on his pedestal. All right. Significance of this creature teacher, the bear spirit animal. Long been a symbol of power and wildness. Untamed primal forces of nature and the raw, unbridled energy that lies within us. But the bear also has a deeper, more spiritual meaning. A guide to our dormant emotional and intellectual resources. Boom! Boom! We just synchronized. I just said those dormant resources, but in my own words. What's been lingering? What you've been putting off? What we've been putting off? I'm guilty of putting things off too. Please, I have all kinds of hats, creative hats. You all don't see, but you will be soon because I laid out a lot on the table today to get started on my piece. Tapping into my artistry. And I'm going to show these suckers that I am not a BS artist. You watch. You will see. And I know even the naysayers will be watching too. Perhaps they'll learn something. Here we are. The bear going deeper. The bear, spirit animal, an unpredictable wild card in our life. Wild in nature, but wise and gentle on the inside. Let's look at the positive symbolic meanings: strength and confidence, protective power, courage, motherly love and care, hey, and affinity with solitude, introspection, grounding. Of course, there are some negative meanings to all archetypes and aspects. With the bear, there is this overwhelming presence of emotions, and I'm hearing pour those emotions out. Release it with creativity. Transmute those emotions into a work of art. Not to be methodical, but to go with the flow. And there's nothing wrong with methodical, planned out art either. But in this particular occasion and session, we are being guided to just release into a creative vortex. There's more. Evoking respect and admiration. Of course, we don't go seeking respect and admiration, nor expecting. Expectations are about as useful as a $3 bill. Although unique and eccentric, so the delicate balance, solidly anchored on the ground. Reminds us to stay connected to ourselves and the earth, illustrating the delicate balance between being protective of one's own interests and reacting overly aggressively, retreating within and daring to go outside of the comfort zone, reconciling our needs with the needs of others, and acknowledging the importance of nurturing ourselves as well. An energetic, expansive force. The bear spirit invites us to comfort our fears, test our boundaries, and heed its message, a potent symbol of power and strength. It pushes us to be bold, confident, and courageous in seeking new experiences. Wow. Now let's look into the fern. Looking into the fern. See the progression here? 1, 2, 3. We are on the right path. So long as we heed the message of the bear today and the Empress. And that niggling feeling coming from within it throughout our awakening stages. The fern is symbolic of ever. Hold on. We need to see these wings for this one. So we're gonna bippity boppity boop and do a little switcheroo here for a moment, because it was the wings of this angel that reminded me of the ferns. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus a bit better. Maybe I can, I don't know, maybe I can zoom in a little bit. Oh, there we go. Notice that the wings look like ferns. I grow ferns. I love ferns. I have a special connection with ferns. The fern is symbolic of everlasting youth. It also represents new life and new beginnings, exemplifying family and a hope for the future, embodying trustworthiness and humility. So that is how we can promote positivity. As the bear is here to guide us in how to promote productivity. Artistic endeavors, being brave, conquering our fear when it comes to expressing ourselves artistically. Perhaps somebody said one too many times that we were nothing but a BS artist. Well, this bear creature teacher and this lovely fern totem say otherwise. Here we are. The fern. Also a sign of good luck. Having a rich and diverse history as well. Lifetimes upon lifetimes of past lives worth of experience. As we know, this is not our first rodeo. And the fern is also a powerful protector. In medieval times, dried ferns were hung over homes or hung in homes because it was believed they would protect the dwelling from being struck by lightning. During this time, they were also planted to dispel negativity. I already knew that part. It's part of the reason why I have them planted around my yard, but yeah, no. I already knew that part, but nonetheless, you may not have. Ferns, ferns, ferns used. Now, disclaimer alert, I am not a doctor. This is not a diagnosis, nor is it a prognosis. But the sensitive fern is used for infection, blood disorders, blood deficiency, cold in the blood, and others, and to restore the female system after childbirth. Externally used for sores. Cinnamon fern used for women's troubles, caked breasts, and malice. Those are the medical benefits. I'm just the messenger. A symbol of rebirth and spiritual growth. Protection, purification. The ability to ward off bad vibes and evil spirits, as well as promote intuition and connection with the sacred. As a gift, they represent endless love and make a very thoughtful plant gift. Ferns have other meanings around the world in Victorian times, Victorian England, also symbolizing sincerity. They epitomize new beginnings in New Zealand, and they represent hope in Japan. So being a beacon of hope, standing on all of those aspects, treating them as values and principles in our lives, harnessing them in combination with taking action when it comes to expressing ourselves more artistically. And that, beloveds, is how we promote productivity and positivity. So thank you so very much for tuning in. I believe and know these messages will find you well. Much gratitude and appreciation, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart. You are loved and appreciated. Happy Thursday and brightest blessings.